Abusia, Yabemo Bibia, Kwabara Abusia, Aya former EC boss, Mammy Shallot say, Wababo and Cindy, Semia Batuja, a farmer, a friend of Sophia, Akuffo Abusia, and some Ǎttr0c Procedural, and some no unaided. According to Shallot, what she say, Nipa udi nim, a more initiating the remover, a mammy, a friend of Sophia, Akuffo, na sebi mameno, or ye evil woman Abusia, and some Akosono, and some no unaided. Nani, when you now also a bra, a Sophia Akuffo Cotina TV, so I say, Torkono pamoya pamono. Eya dia illegal chesen sama maami Sophia Akuffo ekekan no nansam no ano enso sa maami ene demutintiriman ame pamo Ǎttr0c efree no office Kevin Taylor aba adinsem no munchemu aba bedomi amepese mbami akona kwakuti de course na sana bekono so onya like djumedi na mesho so be like share ma foforo so nsa entumi enkabi medamasi
every right to put those concerns together to give to the Constitutional Review Committee for them to look at it, because you are a former Chief Justice. You don't put on scarf, shine your face, wear glasses, and polish your grammar like we can't speak English. You can equally write your own piece and take it to where? Take it to the Constitutional Review Committee. You cannot just sit there and speak like a laywoman, with all due respect to you. You cannot bring down the level you have been so low that when you speak, we don't see any signs of somebody who has legal intelligence, with all due respect to you, madam. So sometimes when we listen to you, after listening to you today, I was shocked because your argument was all pushing you into the bracket of the pin brain people. Because the pin brain people, when they make arguments, they don't have any facts to base their arguments on. And that is what you have done today. You are forcing yourself to fall into the bracket of the pin brain people. You have always been telling us that they are not smart enough to make a case, to be coherent, and to make intelligent submissions on national issues. You see, so a judge just sent me this. Former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo's comment on the removal of former CJ Torkono is highly casuistic, casualtic or casuistic. The judges even have a problem with your submission on this matter, especially when you are a member of the Council of State that basically also received the petition and gave it a green light. So you are becoming a sycophant, with all due respect, madam. Now, let us know who Sophia Akuffo is. Is she a sycophant? Is she somebody we can basically sit back and say, you are a hypocrite. You are not being realistic and honest with Ghanaians. You are playing with the emotional part of the issue instead of you being factual and basing your arguments on evidence and facts. What she is trying to do and what we saw is that she's not being factual. She's being emotional. She's trying to make a moral argument instead of a factual argument. And anybody on the streets of Ghana, including Chema Wuntumi and Ǎttr0c, can make moral argument, emotional argument, and not anybody can make factual arguments. And you, as a former Chief Justice, when you get the opportunity to speak, you need to force us to understand that you are smarter than Chema Wuntumi. You are smarter than Ǎttr0c. You have been in that position before. You know the law. You are above majority of us. But when you make these baseless, fake, these weak arguments, it makes it difficult for us to see you the way we see you now. That's why I'm saying that I don't want to group you in that bracket of pin brain old women, because pin brain people are not able to base their arguments on facts. Now, let's go into calculation a little bit. When we go back into history, this woman called Madam Sophia Akuffo, she was the Chief Justice for 3 years. Now, this is something that we need to go back and analyze. When Ǎttr0c, people petitioned the president to say, Yenyi Ǎttr0c, Madam Sophia Akuffo had been appointed about 6 months. And when Madam Sophia Akuffo was appointed as the Chief Justice, within that 6 months, Grandpa answer nobody bear 6 months, 8 months, no, she initiated the sacking of Ǎttr0c, and she initiated it and based everything on Article 146 that she is trying to tell us she has always had a problem with. The same Article 1469 that she's always had a problem with it has been the same Article 419, or it was the same Article 419, or it is the same Article 419 she based on to make sure Shallot Osei and her 2 deputies were sacked from the Electoral Commission. We are trying to let people understand, say, you're disrespecting penny for. But you're penny for ni bi we need to correct them before they die. Because all say, oh, yeah, maybe I do point to be now when you now refuse, now say correct to what they say Ǎttr0c and say your man to be called womb. And that is what we are trying to prevent. Now, avoid contempt against committee probing EC officials. CJ warns, when Shallot Osei assembly by Madam Sophia Akuffo H0ck letter the Ghana for say, Mema obianka asem no ho asem kura o media so. Say unim na okotena TV so na wo discuss it a petition na ye de abre no ye de abre president ye de abre no na you are what court mraso contempt of court at you. She basically wrote a statement and put it out. That is autocracy. Oka obiaka kasabwa shedi yem. This is Sophia Akuffo. They me born the video channel. She was the Chief Justice then. Time a petition by no Nana Addo Akufo gave the petition to her. Nana Addo Akufo didn't give the petition to Shallot Osei to study and her deputies. Like the way John Mahama gave the petition to Torkono to study for 10 days. Nana Addo Akufo received a petition against Shallot Osei and her deputies. She did not give Shallot Osei the room to even look at what is in the petition. No. He quickly gave the petition to Sophia Akuffo as the Chief Justice for the process to start working. In the time Ekodi ni hono and a release statement. I'm talking about Sophia Akuffo. Yeah. Avoid contempt against committee probing EC officials. Time petition kodu committee enim na omu probi petition no and at CJ Emma Ghana for nyina warning. Wa we ye bema ana oba obebusa question. Obe raise issue, obe question system no you what contempt at show you bet you what. This is the same woman who today is telling us say ya boni emono enche obe wunti yentie ono ne nyansa. With all due respect, now when you read the story, this is what it says. Let me enlarge it. The facts are there. This is city date so December 19 2017. Reading time 4 minutes read. What the 4 minutes be kind story in a way. Inti facts ni na the amount no. You read the story no. The Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo has formally constituted a committee to investigate the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Shallot Osei, and her 2 deputies over corruption allegations leveled against them, with a caution to the general public to desist from making demeaning comments about their work. Mahama way at the committee. Akuffo had second petition and the man as a Chief Justice then, and on the Coma committee, a T committee, and on such letter Ghana for so Bianca Nuntum. Nobody in Ghana. This was the warning from Madam Sophia Akuffo now to work asano. With all due respect to her. Me person who the kind of people, the pin brain people no, and I make no. These are people we have to be careful about. Today she's part of the Council of State. Now I'll quote the second paragraph. This is what it says. Already, some members of the opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, have started criticizing the process, accusing the government of seeking to hound the EC boss, Shallot Osei. Into that time now, started to start, and the NDC for started to say, Omokasa say no. CBA process ne kone de. I say, abane faso ekwambiso apam Shallot because NDC forecast say, adenti ne kufu adon saka petition one farmer Shallot ready. Or the Coma Chief Justice. So the NDC were making an argument to say, if the president even wants to, based on Article 1469, to make sure the due process is followed, why is he not giving Shallot Osei the room to even look at the allegations before moving the petition to the Chief Justice? So the NDC started questioning. When a Chief Justice Ethics Committee or started warning the Breg Ghana for say nobody should speak. In fact, let me read the rest of the story. When you read the rest of the story, this is what it says. Let me enlarge it. There are some people we are not supposed to take serious again in Ghana. This is the story. This is what it says. The Chief Justice, Sophia Akuffo, has formally constituted a committee to investigate the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Shallot Osei, and her 2 deputies over corruption allegations leveled against them, with a caution to the general public to desist from making demeaning comments about their work. Already, some members of the opposition National Democratic Congress have started criticizing the process, accusing the government of seeking to hound the EC boss, Shallot Osei. The 3 officials met, the 3 officials met the Chief Justice a week ago, where they were notified. This is city reporting. Shallot
Abusia nti nsɛm no mu bi ene ekokotie no na Kevin Taylor H0t na wɔtwe sɛ ebra even ababonten kura sɛ ɛyɛ petitioners bi a petition president sɛ o remove ɛyɛ Shallot Osei emfi no office no ɛyade news ne babonten Shallot Osei ebusa maame ayefo no Sophia Akuffo sɛ ɔma no copy of the petition maame Sophia Akuffo ka kyerɛ Shallot Osei sɛ oni petition bi a ɔde bɛma Shallot Osei Shallot Osei eco president wo ekobusa na petition no copy ya mfama no enso Torkono case ni different Torkono de yama no copy yama no 7 days yama no 10 days impo say onfa nhwe petitions nim abusua chese maame aye friend Sophia Akuffo saa enye nda nkamenim se maame no obetimi aye ne pabone semsi momienko ne nkuti ensema Kevin eko be Taylor H0t
Sophia Akuffo yeah how dangerous she is as a former Chief Justice. Story say the 3 officials, meaning Shallot Osei and the 2 deputies, the 3 officials met the Chief Justice a week ago, where they were notified that a prima facie case have been established against them. It's when Akuffo received the petition. That petition Akuffo received, he never said anything to Shallot Osei and her 2 deputies. All that Akuffo did was that he moved the petition and gave to Sophia, who is the Chief Justice. And what Sophia did was that Sophia just called them and told them, say, I have received a petition from the president and that a prima facie case has been leveled against you. Without Shallot Osei knowing what is in the petition. That is what Sophia Akuffo did. Sophia Akuffo, of friend Shallot, and then the 2 deputies, no more ban ho. One for petition and Chromo. One Chromo anything in the petition. Shallot and her 2 deputies did not even have a clue of why they were called to the Chief Justice office. They were called as electoral commission chairperson and their deputies. The Chief Justice called them to come to her office. And when Shallot mudru hono, Sophia Akuffo Kachromo say, mensa aka petition from the president and petition muno. A primary facie case has been leveled against you. Intimate committee. Shallot Osei said, we want to see the allegations in the petition. I said, no. I know more be. These people, sometimes they chew their fingers, they chew their asses, and they'll come and ask us who ate their ass. This is what Akuffo and this woman did. Today, this woman is telling us that we have murdered sleep. She murdered sleep in 2017. That is why she's sleeping no more. Sophia Akuffo already murdered sleep. She murdered sleep when she was the Chief Justice. She murdered sleep. That is why she's not able to sleep no more, because she knew what was supposed to be done. She didn't do it. Now, who read this story? That's what it says. Now, I quote, the general public is hereby informed that her ladyship, the Chief Justice, and I'm talking about the statement she put out. And I quote, the general public is hereby informed. These are the strict statement Sophia Akuffo as the Chief Justice then put out to the public. After receiving a one fan Shallot mo. Remember, John Mahama received a petition or the Torkono for 10 days. Torkono asked for 7 days. John Mahama said take 10 days. Akuffo received Shallot Osei petition. He gave it to Sophia. Sophia did not show it to Shallot Osei. Sophia went ahead to put together a committee. Sophia sat in her office and established a prima facie case against Shallot Osei and her 2 deputies. John Mahama did not sit in his office to establish that. John Mahama called the Chief Justice and said, a petition has been leveled, a petition has been brought, and it's against you. Take the petition and read and see what is in there. But Sophia and Akuffo came together and decided to establish a prima facie case against Shallot. This woman is today sitting there pretending say she never murdered sleep. Now, this is the statement she put out those times. These are disingenuous people. Let's not look at them in their slow language and low tone and think that they are some extraordinary people with some good record. Thank you very much, team. Thank you for bringing this in. Now, so after a fresh H0t ban office lo catch mummy and sa president today petition bia breme ya level some prima facie case against you people, so me ba beti committee monko e no pamo mo. Now owie no e no sa chiro letter to mfrem me se ma obi anka committee na watere ho asem. The general public is hereby informed that her ladyship, the Chief Justice Sophia A.B. Akuffo, in accordance with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution, has set up a 5-member committee to investigate allegations brought against the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Osei, and her 2 deputies, Mr. H0ck and Mrs. Georgina Apapun Amankwa. End of quote. Orieno releases statement to say, Ojina 1992 Constitution, so Article 146 now, Osei, she has a problem with. When Shallot Osei's case came, she used the same article and put together a committee, a 5-member committee. It was based on the article, no, to the committee, you know. Today, this woman is telling you, say, she has a problem with the same article now. And Yajina so Ediama Torkono accord through the process. Now, unim say, time of fresh H0ck eban office. Okache H0ck say, and Akuffo the petition bia breme. Now, me Chief Justice, me study petition. We have established that you people, you have committed some crime. Now, mameka be binchao. H0ck, at the end of the day, on it, the deputies, you know, they actually asked the Chief Justice. That's our 2 story. So, this is what H0ck asked. Give me a copy of my removal petition. H0ck to Chief Justice, Madam Sophia Akuffo. H0ck can say, I want to see a copy of the allegation. Petition Ekuta o Sophia no. Give me a copy. Let me read and see what is in the petition. Sophia Akuffo said, no, fuck off. And wabodu kwa bejina TV so. We are using technology to expose these people because they have no credibility and they are the people who have destroyed this democracy. They hide behind intellectuality. They hide behind statesmanship. They hide behind age. And they lie and destroy the core principles of our democracy. H0ck pleaded with this woman, give me the petition, please. I want to see it. My deputies want to see it. The woman said no. The embattled chairperson of the Electoral Commission, H0ck, has called on the Chief Justice Committee probing her and her 2 deputies to furnish her with a copy of the petition seeking her removal. Okache say, madam, wo any committee no, mon for petition ni mame. Na me read the wom. Sophia Akuffo kaje so fa ne kwase anko. Today, Sophia Akuffo jina okache say, onim nyansa che Ghana ni bia. We should all go fuck ourselves. Oni ne nim nyansa okasa obi anko da. Na oni bibi. Shallot say wie no. Ana Shallot say decide say obekọ Akuffo Addo akọbu Akuffo Addo say, when I second petition first, and I want to forward the come Chief Justice. No, into Chief Justice in Femia, please, can you also give me the petition? As some way the Akuffo Addo catch no. Now the danko Akuffo Addo catch Shallot say, no petition is here. Go and search for it. Akuffo Addo catch Shallot say, only petition there. Shallot call presidency. I catch Mr. President. When I receive a petition now with the Chief Justice. Mebusa Chief Justice for the petition. She is not minding me. I also want you to give me the petition. Send a mehu allegations. No, Akuffo Addo say, I don't have any petition at the presidency. Sanko for way na and Omokachi say they are morally, they are intelligent, morally, they have the right to speak on Ghana's issues. Sophia Akuffo. Yepe Chief Justice Omumra. omunya tumi omdidi nsem hunu wo Ghana, you cannot pick Sophia Akuffo out. A governor catch Shallot say ono di petition bia on free wonko. So in reality no H0t did not see the petition. Into all committee no onim question po ayeko busa no. And remember, the committee was put together by Sophia Akuffo. She actually put the commission together. In fact, when you read the story, this is what the story says. Let's go to the second paragraph of the story. I mean, sure, petition, nipa okeka omubomu. She was even part of the committee. In a statement signed by the Judicial Secretary, Justice Alex B. Poku Echampong, the Chief Justice said anyone who makes comment that undermine the work of the committee will be cited for contempt. Now, who can story nuko enima Osei? The release, which failed to indicate the names of the committee members, as well as the release.
Alright, Abusia teachers winning some course or political hire in such as say, Kevin Taylor Abba blast Mamia friend, former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo or just a mameno sebi or a diabolic. Mameno, I've been bonny, I friend, I've been bonnetti, a boo in a trim papa. Esan say, Mammy, we won't na Ghana, H0t, ye pamono, now nim. Now we are now na Chief Justice. Who is that process no more firm the pamon H0t a legal process. I didn't send the Torkono de baby sa tone dia or better TV so kase illegal. Kevin Taylor Amfa, former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo anchane ketekete. Abusia medimbesia no madam as somebody penimikuti sama ekoso or political hiring so POG Media. Medamasi.